Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Batman and Robin airbrush step by step. Let's take a look at the products we're using in today's video. Right, so they're the products we're using. I'll talk you through the bits that I've got to so far. I chopped the piece of paper down to 250mm square. Then I've projected the artwork up and penciled out everything that you see to the best as you can. Penciled it all out, and then I've covered it in the 300mm Pro Mask, which is this one. Highly recommended, guys. It's a great product, it really is. Beauty of this product is it's low tack. So if you're working on paper, it goes down to paper absolutely fine and peels off it. It works brilliant on automotive panels. I wish I was using this when I was doing a lot of my automotive work, but I never did. So it'll work great on that. It's low tack and it's translucent. That is the benefit of this stuff. It's translucent. So when you place it over your penciled out outlines, you can see through it. So you can see everything underneath, and then you can just chop any intricate piece out that you want. And that's what I've done, is I've chopped out Batman and Robin, and then the outer I've kept. I've just placed it on the silicone paper that it comes on to the side. So we can use that later on. When we come to paint Batman and Robin, we'll put the mask on, level it up to the edge of these two, and then peel the inner away, and then we've got all the background masked off. We're not got to worry about any overspray, and we can just concentrate on this centre section here, and then remove the mask at the end, and it'll look all nice and sharp. Now, the brush we're using today, I've picked H&S Infinity, and I've picked the Kiev Dark. This is full aluminium, guys, on the body, so front and back full body aluminium. Very nice on a 0.2 and works extremely well on low pressure. You can run these brushes really low. The Infinity's like low pressure. The only thing I've changed up in this, what I find is better and you get better results, is the trigger. I've put the Evo 2024 trigger in it. It goes straight in the body and it just feels a lot more comfortable, and it's a wider pad for your finger to sit on the top. So really comfortable to work with. So just change the trigger up, job done. Other paints we're using, because I've put a few extra in, I'm using a couple of wicked colours. We've got a smoke black, a Payne's grey, and I've got a black FW to do the background. All the other ones are going to be FW, pre-mixed with the ISO and water, so we can run low pressure. Set of shields, and we'll be using straight edges as well. Now you can use straight pieces of cardboard, not a problem, because on this background there's a lot of like sort of buildings, straight lines, and you've got to create them sort of sharp edges. So just a cut piece of cardboard, job done. I've got my set of shields to go around any curved areas as we go round, but a lot of this is just going to be sort of freehand and with the shields. So we'll move in. I've got this camera which will be set up, so you'll see the image that we're working on, and then you'll see me pinch and pull the tablet, moving around on the tablet just to see where we're going. So let's crack on, enjoy the video, guys, and I'll talk you through this step by step. Pinch and pull and move around. So I'm just going to start on the background. I'm just going to drop a tone in over this. We've got smoke black. I'm just going to work on these buildings at the side. And just work it in this smoke black. And then we've got some, just going to do some little patchy lines going this way. On the background. few darker tones in. Literally just nothing sharp at the minute, just literally going in. Sharpen that edge up in here. Around here for that. For the back side. That'll do on that bit. A bit darker in here. We can add to this. If it's not dark enough, we can just keep adding. So the Wicked mix was a 50-50. Nothing fancy, just 50-50, just chucked it straight in. I think that'll do for that tone. A bit there. Working round. Don't stress if you don't get everything bang on. I'm not going to be getting everything absolutely bang on. Dark enough around this bit here. A bit darker up here. And a bit darker in here. Do some lines coming this way. Hello, this is all going to go darker here. Around there. Right, we're going to move on to another colour. Now this is another one that I didn't list. This is Createx Illustration Black mixed with the 4021 again. Now I'm going to just go in and start to just sharpen up some edges. Just going to keep this loose and just punch some bits out where they need to go a little bit sharper. Little lines and squiggles. Mine aren't perfect. Some darks in here. It's got some weird shapes. Just going to create some little random dashes here. Because that's what it is on the artwork. We're getting spidery and all sorts. Your lines are wavy, don't worry. It's a background. I'll get comfortable in a minute and my trigger will be alright. I'm just all over the place at the minute. They're just random weird shapes. Just creating a lot of lines and weirdness. Can't hit it. You'll get this. You'll get times where you just want to throw the brush down. It gets to that. That'll do. Right, where are we? Just darks and lights. Let's just do some. So yeah, just take your time. Don't stress if your background doesn't match. Mine doesn't match the original. You're just doing a lot of lines and shadows, just creating sort of a building look. So yeah, don't stress. Cool baby lines. We've got a bent telegraph pole. It's okay. It's a background. I'm trying to not get in front of it. I've got the camera right next to my shoulder, so I'm trying to work in a little contained area with the camera right close. It does make it a little bit more awkward to paint. Do some nice little kick out lines over here. Yeah, that's alright. Right, so we've sort of got that bit in. We can now work this car. Now, looking at that, don't even look like a car. It's just like I say, you are painting squiggles. Don't seem like these things make sense. And just follow what you can see. This car's got multi-wheels. It's what you can see on the screen. Just some random little shapes. I'll do these ones, these will be darker. I really need to change back up to the smoke black for that. Right, what have we got here? Just weird randomness. Just do a pass down there. Right, what have we got here? It's going to darken that. You'll just be doing some really weird little, silly little shapes, but whatever you can sort of gauge and see, just paint it. Just do some little bits there, just a bit over there, and there. That'll do for that bit. Right, we'll drop that bit in there. Oh, shaky lines again. This bit here, and do another little. See, another thing, when you blow things up as well with a projector, and then you look back on your screen that you're working on, it's like, oh, I've missed that bit. But sometimes projectors on bad images, you don't get everything you want. Darken that out. We can set all this back in a minute. So there's these bits that didn't show on the projector. Don't know what they are. Smudges, but that's going darker there, so it don't matter. Right. Move back down here. Just do a little bit of fuzziness around there. Just line these. A little faint line in them. We will drop the bat logo in. Now we'll just freehand this. shield it there. Do a little bit blowing out here and there, but you're gonna get it, guys. Right, really could do with a full circle around this, but I'll give it a go like this. Dot a bit around there. From here across, long one across that way. That just looks like a half bird on the top of there, that little smudge. Doesn't matter. You ain't got to stress too much. That'll do. Just start to tone things back a bit now. Little lines in. Like that. Right, we can start this side. That'll do for that. If we've got any unwanted pencil lines, just take them out. I think we've covered quite most of them. And this will just brighten, not a lot, but it will brighten some of the areas up on some pieces. You will get a little bit of erasing done on it, not a lot. Right. Now we'll move over to this side and just start to just going to darken these bits out, and then we'll go in with the black in a minute. Let's just drop a bit of that in there. We'll sharpen these edges up in a minute. Get some painting. Right. Where am I going now? Case with this, just keep the trigger on and move with the brush. Find the paint and just move with the brush, because trying to get to go on and off with the trigger with this mix, it's not liking it. It really isn't. I mean, you're just creating weird random shapes. And then I think there's a bit of black there. Now where the hell are we? That goes all the way across. Right, I think this is all a little bit here. Looks something like that. What we got down here? Just going to continue that on. There is a border. I put a border around this, but I'm just not. Let's just do this black in here. That is a straighter line there. Darken that one out a bit. What we got here? Something like that. We'll drop some little darks in here. Just going to drop some black dashes in here for the windows. Try to. Trying to work around the camera, guys. It's a little bit awkward when you're leaning because the camera is right here and I'm right next to it with my arms wrapped round it, trying to like that. Then we'll just go in, tidy up some of the edges. Do a little Some more little lines. Will do. Background's good enough. So the next bit that's going to pop forward, I'm going to drop the colour. Right, we've got these the shadows of these bits. Like that. This one's quite sharp here. Now. Let's move that one over, like this one. Right, what we got here? Just random. There's just some random black lines along here. I'm not going to mirror match. No. Let's do some lines. It looks like buildings going back. Right, we can now clean the brush out, get rid of that horrendous mix ratio of Createx illustration and remix it, because I think it's a little bit too thick as well as being cold in here, not flowing great. So hopefully you've got to that stage. Like I say, don't stress about mine doesn't match up to everything. Look, when you look between that and that, yeah, some bits do, but it doesn't match up all here. But it doesn't matter, because you're not showing people that, you're showing your people the piece of artwork. So don't stress. So we can get a paint pen and just sharpen up now any bits that need it. Just some little bits of highlight. go darker in here. Right, we can now move on to demasking, well, placing the mask over the top. This came off in sections, so we'll just line it up. The best we can. Usually once you get it in place, it drops into the right place. I think that's that bit. And there we've got that bit. There, I think that's it. Yeah, now we can peel off the, you know, and now we can concentrate on Batman and Robin and not worry about overspray like that. So the background's in, and now we can work the colour on these two. Right, we're going to drop some colour in, and when you see what I mean, when you zoom in, they don't even look, half of them don't look like faces, they just look like little blobs. So I'm going to just drop a bit on this, just tone that in, same as on Robin's face. A little bit on his arm there, just little dashes of colour. Just put a little bit around there. A little bit around there. Random shapes. I'm say my yellow's darker. Don't matter. Right, let's go for a little bit of this one. Look at this. You're just creating what looks like an open sort of, like a mouth. It's weird because it's that sort of, it's weird that when you look at it, you'll notice this on the actual image. You're just trying to create not trying to look like Batman as in complete detailed portrait. It's tiny, so you're just putting little shapes in. Tint on there. See, on the image, this is like all little lines and weirdness. I'm going to go darker on this. I'm just going to drop that in there as a base for it. I'll just drop a little bit of that on them. Sharpen all that outline up in a minute. That'll do. Right, clean the brush out. I'm going to go in with some blues on Batman. Yeah, let's just start with this one. Straight out of the bottle. One of my mixes. Very light. Just do some... I'm not going to mirror match this. I'm just going to put some tones in. A little bit there. Do a little bit on the top. Feel his hand, drop the tone in. I mean, look at that hand, it doesn't even look like a hand, does it? It's just a weird shape. Drop a little bit of that in there. Something like that. Just darken it out a bit. when you want it to hit them tiny, it won't have it. Won't have it. Shield off this bit. Start dropping this black in round here. put that masking on. Is that it? I think so. Do some little doing a light there. Alright, a little light pass there. Totally gone over where his hand's supposed to be. This piece here, not even there. I have to try and just draw something that looks similar in there. Line it out. Bit of green there. we got here? Put some little red lines in and I'll go over that. We pop it out with some white and drop a little bit of yellow on. That'll be fine. Just going to tint this leg back here. And here. There we go. Tint that little bit there. A bit on the bottom of his move. Tint over the top of that. Right. Change colour. I'm going to go with a grey with a dash of green. Probably could have gone a bit more of it. Right. I'm going to demask it and have a look at that, and then we can start popping some highlights and tiny little bits up. Mask it. There. Right.
paint pen. Some little bits there. Bring this highlight out a bit more. Punch these a bit more out. Drop highlights in here. Yeah, that's not bad, is it? It ain't bad. This paper is absorbent, so it does soak in when you paint on it. If this was like your illustration sheet, you could really, really sharpen this up. More little move back onto the black patches with the black on places. What I might do is clean that out, get a little bit of yellow. Just going to do a little bit around the back side and a little bit down the end of the street of that yellow, and just coming over the edge of this. Might even just do a little bit on the lights of the car. Reflecting in them windows there. I think we're going to call that one done, guys. There you go, we got it down in the end. A little bit of huffing and chuffing along the way, but you're going to get that. Blowing out, squiggly lines. We did it all, guys.
but then it all comes together, you know. If you make a mistake, blend that mistake into the background, and that's what we did. We had squigglies and weirdness, and your main focal point on this is this here in the colour, and that's why I left it in the black and white behind. We've dropped a little bit of yellow on the bat sign coming up. I dropped a little bit on the car, and you've seen how I sort of work round it. Use the masking, which kept these sort of sharp, and then just go in light. The colours were just straight off the cuff, some that were light out the bottle, some that I just mixed, like you heard me do the cool grey, dropped a little bit of green in, that'll do for that part of the Batman, spot on. And just worked it nice and slow, worked round. Don't worry about your buildings, I was just doing lines, you see me just doing black lines. But then when you look at the picture, as I said at the beginning, it all comes together because your eyes are looking around everything. Yes, if you just home in on one piece, just looks like a black squiggle, but you look at the whole piece together and it just all comes together and just all fits together nicely. So I hope you've enjoyed this step by step. Didn't talk much through the end, I was just sort of concentrating, and the paint was not flowing right. The FW flows brilliant, but then when I went on to Createx, it was like stop, start, spitting, spluttering. It was like, oh. And then my air pressure dropped because it was from last night, from yesterday's spray, and there was a bit left in the tank, and I could just feel it going lower and lower and lower, and as it was going lower, the paint was getting grainier, grainier, grainier. And then when I put a bit more pressure in, the Createx just seemed to atomise that little bit better. It needed like the 20 psi instead of the real low. But then it goes down to your temperatures as well, guys. Your temperatures, your paint mixing. You've just got to get on point with it all. And that's why I just picked my FWs and I've got them pre-mixed, because I know they spray straight out of the bottle. So I've not got that drama of that. The minute I jump onto another paint brand, this is when you start having headaches and you think, right, I've got to tweak it a little bit, tweak it. And you're trying to tweak it to the mix that you're used to. And sometimes then paints don't like to be flowing like that. You know, they like that little bit more thickness, body, and that little bit higher pressure. When you're working right down on something intricate pieces, you need that low pressure and that thin paint. So drop me comments, tell me your thoughts if you like these step by steps. I'm going to do some more of the superhero characters. We're going to do Superman with another character. We'll make a picture up, and then I'll do like Spider-Man with the Hulk, and we'll just do these little square 250mm comic book characters. So thanks for watching. See you in the next one.